monuments of Mars, and do you think we have bases also?
Do I think we have bases? No. The monuments of Mars are interesting. That's about the most I can say. They're suspicious, and I really don't know until there's more information. I've seen pictures of them and things along those lines, but the most recent Mars probe is taking low-altitude photographs of those, so I guess everyone will know in about a year.
Are you still having contact with local animals on your work?
Indirectly, yeah.
What about your perception of time and length, width, and height? Is it the same aboard the craft as off of it? While you went aboard compared to when you went off of it?
While you went aboard it or off of it? Well, as long as you're on the craft, everything seems completely normal to you. Time flows at a normal rate, and if you're off the craft and you're comparing the time of someone in the craft, someone off the craft, there'll be a definite difference there. Anything where gravity's involved. Even the shuttle astronauts, they'll come back just because of the difference in gravity. When they come back, there'll be a slight difference in time.
Did you learn of any other well-known civilian scientists who were involved in this?
Yes, not involved in this, but involved in the gravity work. And he's at Los Alamos, and we've had a little bit of contact.
You name names?
I'd rather not, just because so far no one's bothering him, and I'm sure he wants to keep it that way.
You said that the skin on the craft would become transparent. You said the wall inside the craft would become transparent.
Only one place, yeah.
Only one, so the whole craft can become transparent?
No, there's only one place where the seats faced, and it, there again, I said that's advanced technology, but it's not that advanced because, we have something along the lines of that liquid crystal that we could, make transparent and also use as, a display of sorts. So that's, but this was metallic, and we haven't anything along the lines of the toughness of metal that you could drill into that can become transparent.
What was the time period when the walls became transparent and salts?
Probably about 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, two related questions. Are you aware of any instances where the inside of an alien craft is much larger than its apparent outside?
No, I've heard stories like that, though, but I haven't.
If I can just follow that up.
The strong force, which you've identified with gravity A, I know there's been some recent theories that propose actually an 11-dimensional universe with 7 of them rolled up.
I'm not buying that.
Does it operate on any principle related to that?
Yeah, my main problem with that, and Stephen Hawking for that matter, is that once you start creating other dimensions, it's like an excuse. I mean, in particle physics, they do that too. When they can't figure out something, they say, well, we don't know what gravity is. Well, it's caused by the graviton. Yeah, they make up particles like that. And you can do that with dimensions too. Well, where'd it go? I went into another dimension. Yeah, it's like an excuse. The bottom line is, as everyone has said, every physicist has said, the answer to everything is always simple. And there's not an 11-dimensional universe. It does. First of all, there doesn't need to be, because all this technology works, one-dimensional, essentially a 4-dimensional universe, and there's no need for it.
Yes, I have a few questions, please. You said in your videotape that you due to work from Las Vegas to Groom Lake, is that right?
Yeah.
How did you get from Groom Lake down to Tucson?
In a bus.
There's a facility on the other side of Groom Lake, on the east side of Groom Lake. Are you familiar with that?
On the east side of Groom Lake. Across the lake?
Yes.
No, I've never been over there.
Did everybody, did you get anything of the work that was done on the west side of Groom Lake?
No.
Bob, getting back to his question about if there is any difference between being on the inside of a craft while it's under power versus being on the outside of a craft. Of course, you wouldn't have experienced that because you were never on the craft when it was powered, right? Under power.
Well, by the fact that the screen became transparent and other things were operational, I can assume that there was some power generated. So.
I see.
So.
Okay. Huh.
Bob, how long were you a part of the S4 project, and how key of a person were you on the science team that studied these vehicles?
I was probably there only 6 months, 4 months, something like that. It's hard to remember. And as far as the key person, I'm sure I was the last rung on the ladder. Though, because no one has really gotten anywhere, you know, they were looking to me for fresh ideas, which I really didn't have anything because I didn't know what, you know, really was going on or where they had been. So it was a very disorganized group, and that's really all I can relay. I don't know how else to describe it.
It was frustrating in that regard.
Very frustrating.
Element 115, does it have emission lines?
Does it have emission lines?
Spectral,
Well, I mentioned it does. Every other element does, yeah.
that you know of?
That, well, no, I haven't seen, you know, any spectrographic analysis on it, or, well, actually, they did do it. I don't know if I saw it, though. I saw a neutron bombardment test and density measurements and things like that, but I'm sure they carried out that test on it, but I wouldn't be able to identify the lines, no.
You're not aware of the results?
You know, they probably showed them to me, but I can't, for the life of me, remember after 4 years.
Is the actual curtain you expect to see in the stars?
Possibly in heavier stars or in, you know, planets that surround a larger star system. And in fact, some people brought up that you know, that's ridiculous because, you know, all the elements that we know of are found on Earth, and that's not true. I think it's technium or something along those lines is not found on Earth, and it's on the periodic chart, so it's not that bad.
What?
Hello, Dad.
Doug, and they mapped it out in the south of France. They looked back and looked, and it has to fall where the natural belt of uranium is there. And I was wondering if you had anything that would lead you from what you saw with that propulsion system to think that aliens may have come here at one time to do that.
I don't know. I mean, no matter what, uranium is certainly a valuable, element. I don't know.
Did you get to see any aliens at all?
No.
Back when you talked about low-level flight, you were talking about a wobble.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen Billy Meyer movies? Something similar to that?
The Billy Meyer movies.
Of the disc wobbling?
Films.
Film footage. Films of discs.
I don't think I've ever seen any motion.
Yeah, he's got some that fly around a tree, and they've got
Oh wait, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
And then there's some other hovering ones where they wobble.
You know what's strange about the Billy Meyer photographs? The discs, that one of the ones he took a picture of, looks exactly like the one that I looked on, but I'm certainly not an expert in the field, but some of those look unbelievably fake. And I can't, especially the thing with it flying around the tree. I mean, boy, it looks like it's hanging from a string. But why would he do that if he had some authentic pictures? And I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that.
How do you feel about, or do you have an opinion of this conflict that allegedly happened between Grays and the Delta Force in, what was it, 89 or whatever? Do you hear anything about that?
I really don't really have an opinion. I just, repeat it.
You think it really took place?
Boy, I don't know.
Any weapons on these ships?
Yeah, apparently there's one, but I wasn't involved in the project that dealt with it.
And what's your next video going to cover?
Well, it's really not a next video. There's the video that I made is being redone by another company only because they liked it so much, and they're just redoing the graphics and making it a little more technical, and I'm just serving as a technical advisor on it. But for the most part, it's 60 to 70% of it's the identical thing. They just wanted to do it because these particular group of guys involved, I think the company's called DreamQuest, involved in special effects, were really into the UFO thing, and they wanted to do it with modern day stuff instead of knit stockings and things like that.